Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Plant Rich Sandra. This is Sandra here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. So today I would like to demonstrate an extremely easy salad recipe, and this is of Dr. Fuhrman's. It comes from his Quick and Easy Eat to Live Quick and Easy Cookbook, which if you have not gotten this cookbook yet, I would like to highly recommend it. All of the recipes in here are really, as it says, quick and easy, and have like 7-8 ingredients they make up very quickly. And today I'm going to demonstrate a cold salad. This is the very first salad in this recipe book, in this cookbook, and it's called Balsamic Tomato and Asparagus Salad. It's excuse me, on page 75 of this cookbook. It has about 9 ingredients, and I'm adding 1 ingredient to the recipe, and I'm going to switch out 1 ingredient. And also I'm changing the amounts, because if you're not baking, then you can do what you want. And remember that the key to sustainability, to this way of eating, to this way, this lifestyle, is to make it work for you. And like I said, I'm not baking here, so I can do what I want with the recipes, and so can you, so that you can enjoy this and live with this. So I wanted to show you all of the ingredients first, and then we'll jump right into this. So here we are now. We're looking at all of the ingredients that are going to be in this balsamic tomato and asparagus salad. First of all, it's going to call for some asparagus, and we're going to cut off, of course, the end there, the tough ends of them. It calls for 1 cup of cherry or grape tomatoes, but because this is not we're not baking here, so you can add however much you want to this. So I'm adding some cherry or grape tomatoes to mine, and then it calls for some balsamic vinegar, and today I'm going to use this Champagne Reserve balsamic vinegar. And it calls for orange juice, 1 tablespoon, but instead I happen to have some Murcots that I just bought yesterday, which is just a fancy word for a tangerine variety. And so I'm going to use a little bit of, and I'm going to include the pulp as well, by the way, from this Murcot rather than an orange. It calls for minced red onion. It calls for 2 tablespoons, and by the way, this is supposed to serve 4 people. I love onions, so I'm just going to use that much of it. And it also calls for black pepper to taste, so I have a little bit of coarse ground black pepper. It calls for 5 ounces of mixed baby greens, so I bought some of that yesterday. Okay, and it calls for 3 tablespoons of pine nuts. You're supposed to chop half of them and then leave half of them whole. So I have some pine nuts there. But my added ingredient is that I'm going to water saute, like Dr. Fuhrman recommends. Always have some mushrooms every day. And if this is just to be on the safe side, if I don't have one of my soups or something else today that's got mushrooms in it, I'm going to go ahead and water saute some mushrooms, and then I'm going to add them, sprinkle them cold onto the top of my salad. So those are all of the ingredients for this salad. Okay, so just wanted to show you what I'm going to do here with the asparagus. This is a very inexpensive steamer basket, and what I like to do is to start my water boiling with the water a little above the basket. I'm going to add a little bit more water in here, and that way when it finally gets hot enough, some of the water has already boiled out, then it will be below the basket, which will be good for steaming. So I'm going to put my asparagus in there, and I've already pre-washed my asparagus, and I'm certainly no expert at cooking, but I'm learning how much to cut off. So I was cutting off not enough, and my asparagus was had tough stuff in it, hard to eat. So I'm now cutting off more. All right, so I'm going to be steaming this. You may think I'm cutting off too much, and that's could be true, but like I said, I've learned the hard way that it's important to get some of that off of there. people aren't going to enjoy your recipe if they're having to fight with the woody, tough ends. So the recipe said to cut these in about 2-inch pieces. Okay, so now I'm going to add just a little more water to that. I'm going to take this back out for a minute. Add a little bit more water in there and get the water to boiling and steam my asparagus. Been thinking about these mushrooms. I haven't done anything with them yet. And if I can fit them in with the asparagus, I think I'm just going to go ahead and take a few here and steam them right along with the asparagus rather than messing up a pot to water saute them right now. So I'm just going to cut these little pieces off the bottom. I guess some people rinse these first. I really don't. Maybe I should. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really an expert cook or anything. I'm just kind of doing this as I go. So, okay, so I'm going to cut these up. I'm going to put them on top with the asparagus. I don't like rinsing them because I think that makes them look weird. Whoops. If I can't fit these in with the asparagus, which I probably will not be able to, I may just steam them separately. And then, like I said, I'm going to sprinkle these on top of the salad. Okay, my stove gets super hot, so I knew it would get my water to boiling really fast. Okay, now I'm going to put the asparagus in like this, and I'm wondering if there's room for the, get in there, or not, for the mushrooms. I think I'm just going to wait on the mushrooms. Okay, so I'm going to let that steam, and Dr. Fuhrman says about 12 minutes to get them tender. So that is my asparagus now. Start the steaming process. I'm still waiting on my asparagus to steam. It's back there steaming away right now. But in the meantime, like I said, I've got my mushrooms ready and I'm going to steam them. And I got to thinking about the liquid aspect here, the extra flavor. And I took the entire Murcot, the entire tangerine, which is my replacement for an orange. And I peeled it and laid it out, and there were no seeds in it. So I put the entire thing in here. And then I went a little nuts with the vinegar back there. And I added more because I decided that since there isn't anything in this dressing that I need to worry about, the pine nuts are the extra fat, and that's added last, then I just am not going to worry about that. And I added quite a bit. I used the entire Murcot and not just 2 tablespoons of the juice. And I put a lot of vinegar in there. And then I put a lot more red onion than I had in there. And I put a lot of black pepper in it, and I'm making quite a bit of that. So I already I blended on my Ninja the vinegar, and now I've added the onion and the black pepper in there, and I'm not going to, of course, blend that. I'm just going to put the lid back on here and shake it up, and then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for a little while until my mushrooms are done. Then I'm going to mix the whole thing together like he said and let it stay in the refrigerator for at least 15 minutes. So, oh, there go the asparagus should be done. Let's check it out. The steamed asparagus looks really good at this point. I'm going to take them out and put the mushrooms in over now to this pot. All right, the asparagus looks really good over there. Now I'm going to saute these. I'm going to steam these mushrooms, and don't forget, Dr. Fuhrman says it's super important that you cook them, even if just for a couple minutes, because they have an enzyme, I believe it's an enzyme in them called agarotine, that is slightly toxic. when we ingest it. And so if you cook them for just a little bit, it burns off that enzyme, that the toxicity of it, and then they're just fine. And we need mushrooms every day, cooked mushrooms every day in our daily diet, in our G-bombs. The M is mushrooms. By the way, I collect bowls and cups from different places. And so this particular, I know this is a really ugly bowl, but I do not care. I absolutely adore this bowl. And I got it in Juliet, Georgia, across the street from the little restaurant that was just a movie set for fried green tomatoes. And then the second owner, I believe it was, actually turned it into a real restaurant. And it looks just like it did in the movie because they used everything. Everything was still in there. Originally, that building was a like a dry goods store, and when the people bought it to make the movie, they turned it into a restaurant for the set, and now it is a real restaurant in the Whistle Stop Cafe. And so if you ever are in Juliet, which is very near to Atlanta, I recommend stopping in there. I did not get the fried green tomatoes. I did have a garden salad, but they had everything I needed in there, except they didn't have any beans, unsalted beans, but that was okay. But I had a nice little salad in there. I stayed 100% nutritarian. And but anyway, across the street, they have this whole row of places to go, and so I bought this there. Okay, so there you go. All right, so now I'm going to steam these. Well, I am really excited about this recipe. I did not think I would be this excited. So there's my asparagus cooled off, and I've got my tomatoes cut in half, and my mushrooms are still hot, but they just smell so good. And then this is my dressing that I made, and I've decided to make one more change to this recipe, and that is that rather than just use pine nuts, I'm actually going to go half and half with these amazing black sesame seeds that I bought at Bulk Nation the other day. I didn't even know there was such a thing, but I found these there and I bought them, and I didn't have a clue what I was going to do with them. But I'm going to sprinkle some of those on top too. So I'm going to put some of the pine nuts and then some of the black sesame seeds, but the recipe says to add those last, right when you serve the salad. So here I go. I'm going to dump in all of my tomatoes. All of my mushrooms. Okay, and now one more stir here. I'm going to give this a stir now, and then I'm going to refrigerate it for at least 15 minutes, and then I'm going to serve it over some of the greens. And then, you know, I was just thinking, you know, so often we all get just sick and tired of salads. Well, if we vary up our salads a little bit like this, I don't think that we would get as sick. I don't even eat salad. I eat my vegetables. I cut them up as if they're going on an appetizer tray, as if I'm going to dip them into a, you know, a dip, like a hummus or something, but I don't. I just, because I prefer to eat my beans really normal, just like beans. So I rarely make hummus, even though I know I made the super simple hummus. I really don't do that. I like my beans in a little cup. I like to sit down and just eat them and enjoy my beans. But, you know, making different salads like this would make it a lot more interesting, I think. So, and there's nothing in here. I haven't added the healthy fat yet. So there's nothing in here that is going to be that I have to limit. I could sit here and eat every bit of this if I wanted to before I add the pine nuts and the sesame seeds to it. And you could sprinkle some pretty black beans on top of this, or some dark red kidney beans on top of this. Just imagine, okay? And the interest with the balsamic vinegar. There's not even any garlic in this. You could add garlic if you wanted to. You could do all kinds of extra things to this that you wanted to, and it wasn't that hard to make, and this serves quite a few people. Here, this is supposed to serve 4, so, you know, do what you want with it, okay? All right, so now I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for a while. Well, now, I have given my mixture an opportunity to let the flavors get to know each other a little bit in the refrigerator. Again, don't forget, this is from Dr. Fuhrman's Eat to Live Quick and Easy cookbook, the very first salad recipe in there, the tomato balsamic vinegar asparagus recipe for a salad. And I've got my little container here, my little plate. It's actually a pie plate, but you know, we eat a big salad, and I really like eating salads out of these sometimes. I know it's not a bowl, but it'll work for what I'm trying to do right now. So I've got some spring mix in there, and I'm now going to put some of this mixture on top. And I decided to go with a combination here. I have a few of the pine nuts whole, like he said, and then I put some in there. I chopped a few, and then I have some of my black sesame seeds, and this is enough for me for right now. That's all that's in here. And you're supposed to add this just before you serve it. That's really pretty. Okay, so there is my salad, and let's give it a taste. Highly recommend. Give this recipe a try. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is really good. With the balsamic vinegar, with all the flavors mixing together, asparagus, which is something that most of us don't usually cook without, I guess, if you're like me. Okay, so give it a shot, and thank y'all for joining me today. Sorry, I have a mouthful. This is definitely not a mukbang. I don't like mukbangs, and here I am talking with my mouth full, as if I'm doing a mukbang. But anyway, everybody have a great day. We'll talk to y'all again soon. Okay, bye. Hey guys, I know a while ago I just said bye-bye already, but now that I have enjoyed that salad and a second helping of the salad, I had a few extra thoughts that I wanted to share with you. Again, I just want to recommend that everybody grab this book right here. This is the Eat to Live Quick and Easy cookbook. It's amazing, and I think it's really fun. I'm having a lot of fun bringing recipes to life. And I'm also looking forward to trying to bring to life some of the recipes that have no photos that are in some of the other books of Dr. Fuhrman that I've taken a leap of faith and made them even without the visuals, which I usually prefer, but have thoroughly enjoyed them. So I hope you're looking forward to that as well. The second thing is that when I got to my second serving, my second helping of that salad, since I had already used the seeds and the pine nuts, I did not want to add more to that because I am right now in a process of trying to limit to 1 ounce a day, and in addition to my tablespoon of freshly ground flaxseed during the day. So I did not want to add more. Although it was delicious, I did not want to add more, but what I did do to my second pie plate full of salad was to add a cup of some beans that I had just cooked this morning. I'm kind of cooking some batch cooking beans today and trying out new beans in my little 3-quart. So I'm just cooking 2 cups dry, not pre-soaked. And so my second batch today was something brand new, black soybeans. And I cooked 2 cups dry and it ended up making 5 cups cooked. And I did not season them because this is my first time ever cooking soybeans, period, much less black soybeans. And they were done right when I started in with my second helping of salad. So I sprinkled a cup on there. It was really, really good. Even unseasoned, they're really good. So they added a nice extra flavor in place of the healthy fats to my second helping of salad. The third thing I wanted to say was that I've been a 100% compliant now for a very long time, for at least 2 years. I have not purchased meat. I have not eaten any animal products for a really long time, and I am not in a situation where I have to serve a family that is still standard American diet. I don't have to do that. I know a lot of you do. But I was just thinking while I was eating the salad that if I had to, if I'm still having to serve meat, chicken, other kinds of meat to my family, that salad is still perfect. The salad is perfect for a family, and all you would have to do is get maybe a rotisserie chicken and break it up and put it on a little platter next to the salad and let your family add chicken to it. And that would make them happy, but you would still be serving them an incredibly healthy salad. This salad needs no salt, the dressing needs no salt, and you could get away with that making a humongous bowl of this salad. Maybe make a double batch of it and serve it to your family and just provide them with an animal product, with chicken, roasted chicken or whatever on the side that they could sprinkle on top of this salad. I also want to recommend when I was eating the salad, really enjoying it, whenever I would get a bite of that mushroom, I thought, ooh, that's a nice texture. And so you could go with the big portobello mushroom. You could cook it however you like to cook those and cut it up. And that could be like meat chunks. You could serve it on the side, and people could put that into the salad as they want, rather than like I did, which was pre-mix it in. You could leave it separate. And then there are other toppings. You could do the beans separate and let people make the salad as they want and add the toppings to it. So there are lots of things you can do with that particular recipe and make it your own. And I just want to highly recommend it. And if you do try it and you have some other ideas, please feel free to share in the comment section below. Also, if you are interested in a typed copy of this recipe and some of my other documents that I've made up for people who are aspiring to be nutritarians or those who already are but would like some fresh ideas, please feel free to email me at sanka61@yahoo.com, SANKA, sanka61@yahoo.com, and I'll be very happy to email you this document and some other things that I've already made up. Also on Facebook, I have a very small group. You're more than welcome to join it. It's called Webster Eats to Live, Nutritarian. Webster, like the dictionary, Webster Eats to Live. Feel free to send me a request to join the little group. We meet on Monday nights here in Webster, Florida, in our historic Webster Community Building, and it is a support group in the true sense. I have a little presentation, and then if anybody has any questions, suggestions, struggles that they want to get help with, they are welcome to talk to the group about it, and we can try to work things out. It's the kind of thing I wish I had in the beginning when I had nobody face to face to talk to. So some of these videos are things that I've said in the meeting, or things that I can't say in the meeting because, like, demonstrating something like this that I can give to the group and they can watch on their own. So I hope that this video was helpful to you, and if so, would you please consider giving me a thumbs up. Also, feel free to subscribe here to Plant Rich Sandra, and also you might want to share this with somebody that might enjoy this recipe and get something out of anything I've said today. And also, would you like to hit the notification bell and then you'll be notified whenever I come up with a new video. You won't have to come looking for me whenever you think of it. You'll get a notification of that, so just click on that bell. And again, you're welcome to email me, excuse me. You're welcome to email me at sanka61@yahoo.com. I'll add you to my little distribution list. And I hope everybody has an awesome day, and we'll talk to y'all again soon. Okay, bye.